Ladies, it's 2026. Let me tell you something. It's time to really dive into your life and become more engaging. Stop going along with the get along. Stop conforming and keeping things in your spirit that you really want to say respectfully. Stop conforming and people pleasing, thinking you have to show up and say yes to family or your husband's family, knowing you don't want to. Start taking ownership of your life, ladies. If I just let anybody speak for me, if I let the fear, me not having no money, no resources in these past situations, stop me from getting the result I wanted out of my life, I would have been in worse predicaments. You got to take ownership of your life and get a strong hold on yourself so life and people can't bother you, can't trigger you, can't take you out of your position, can't take you out of your clarity and your focus. You're not sitting around blaming everything on somebody else, but instead you're taking accountability for your choices. You're indulging in your life to realize what you need to cut off, what you need to really not entertain anymore. That's what I'm talking about. That's the New Year's resolution I'm talking about. Not all about money and looking good on the outside and your weight loss goals. What about your internal resolutions? What about having internal freedom? Knowing that you're not a victim in life, knowing that you do have the power to speak up, knowing that you don't have to take the first answer or the first option. And even if you are seeking help, you still have a voice to tell people what you need and what you want for your life. What about putting your foot down and stop talking big and actually mean what you say and stand on them boundaries and stand on cutting that person off, stand on keeping that person at a distance, stand on everything you're saying. Let me tell you something. When you sit around and complain and you remain, you're doing yourself a disservice. When you sit around and gossip, you're doing yourself a disservice. When you sit around and let everything externally validate you, when you keep people in your phone and in your space just for validation and attention, you're doing a disservice to yourself. When you sit around and think life is happening against you and you're a victim, not realizing that you have the choice to say no, that you have the choice to not entertain this person, career, or situation, don't let capitalism, don't let life, your family, or that fear stop you from really engaging in your life, speaking up when you want to speak up respectfully, standing on those boundaries and meaning it and standing on it, not conforming because you're afraid of who you're going to lose, not going against yourself because you want to have all these people support you. What about your life? What about what you want? Sometimes you're going to lose a lot of people when you start getting closer to God. You start getting closer to your impurities. You start waking up and looking around you and realizing, I'm just doing the same old things. I'm never changing. Same old environment, same old people. I'm not stretching myself. Some of us need undeniable confidence so we can walk in any room, any kind of setting. Not just feel good and confident when you're around the familiar or your same old folks. No, that confidence and that sternness in your life to really engage with people of all cultures in any room you walk in. Let's work on those internal things, internal resolutions to really set yourself free. We can always have external resolutions, money resolutions, but that's not getting to the root of your problems. Your anger, your depression, your anxiety, the real issues that you choose to put to the side and distract yourself over. You can only distract yourself for so long. You can only keep people around for validation for so long. You can only use your followers and these comments and people that you know you don't want to be around no more as validation for so long until you realize you're going against yourself. That's all I'm saying.